Hi guys, welcome. I'm just getting into a quick match with a subscriber who's just kicked off with E4. I'm going to get a Sicilian on the board. I've just had a little chat with this guy just in the side. I don't know if you can see that in the chat. I just asked him, well, what's his strengths and weaknesses, and he says he's like good until he just blunders a piece. So hopefully we can get a good long game where he doesn't blunder and we get to see some solid chess. But this guy's a 1200 reasonable player. He's just saying he's loving my content on YouTube. Yeah, cheers, mate. So we're going to take towards the centre. That's the point of the Sicilian. And if they take with the queen, we hit the queen, gain a little bit of tempo, develop the knight, and we're happy. So we want to get the other knight out. Knights before bishops. And then what do we do? Do we build on this guy? Maybe. We get our pieces out first. I'm praying this guy doesn't blunder, but I mean, I used to blunder all the time. I still do, as you know, guys. But I just told myself I'm going to start losing on time rather than blunder. Just force myself to go through the thought process of checking every angle, checking the diagonals, checking alignment issues, checking all sorts. And lose on time, you know. Because that way you build in the good thought habits, which you can then speed up. Rather than just doing these half-arsed thought processes, vaguely scanning, blundering something, and then you're reinforcing those vague thought processes. So that's my thinking on it anyway. But start slow, building good habits. So we've got this move, and if takes, don't know what that does really. Do we castle long? Do we get spicy? Let's get spicy and attack. I'm not sure if this is good, but here, we're cracking pretty quick. They're also cracking at the same rate, maybe quicker. It's whoever starts cracking into the opponent's position first, generally wins these sort of opposite side castling things. So I think they probably should have pushed this pawn. If this, it allows them to get this knight out of the way. I actually like that knight being there. It acts as a little hook into their position. So maybe this, or just go straight at the knight. If so, they've got this. You know what? This pawn move looks interesting. It opens up the bishop to reinforce. It also stops the knight ever jumping to this square. And this knight is sort of stuck now. But if we crack anyway and they take, I've just got open rooks. Why don't I just bring a rook? I think this move's good. I think this just giving up the pawn's probably good. This. They win a pawn. I like bringing a rook because then this comes with some real impetus, and we can slide the queen over and threaten checkmates, or even this. Yeah, a lot of these moves look good. He has given me like a double hook. Now, when I play this, I'm hitting two things at once. Whereas before, if you just moved the knight and kept this structure flat, it would have been harder for me to break into this kingside structure. I think better in opposite side castling is to counter attack rather than to push pawns forward. Because he's meeting me in battle now. He's, you know, my men are going to reach him quicker now. Now he's started pushing his pawn forward. So this is still an idea looming. Here, do I mind? Probably go like this to open up the bishop. And then try and bring a queen onto either this with the rook or bring the queen onto this diagonal with the bishop. One of the two. And even this doesn't work yet because they've got too much coverage on this square, but even this and then bring in a bishop. Yeah, and this is not right. Like I said before, you should not be moving pawns in front of your king. You're just inviting the attack upon yourself. And oh my god. Oh guys, by the way, about the van, you know I did a video on I bought a camper van sort of thing. Well, that fell through. I didn't want to tell YouTube because It was like 2 weeks ago, and honestly, it just annoyed me a bit. Yes, I've just looked at my phone there. An alarm went off because I'm just bidding on a van now, and it's got 22 minutes left. So maybe just after this video, I'll leave a comment to tell you whether I got the van or not. But anyway, the last one fell through. It annoyed me because we'd arranged a date, a price, and for those of you that don't know, I'm going to play chess living in a camper van and get rid of my house. Yeah, I'd arranged a date, price, time with this guy, and then like a few hours before picking it up, he just cancels on me. And I just posted a YouTube video saying, "Oh, I've got this van," because I trusted the seller. But yeah, it was a little bit naive of me. But what can you do? So anyway, we're cracking into this position. We're going to bring a rook. This. I mean, everything looks good right now. Even this. But then they can close the structure. This attacks two things at once, guys. It's a double hook. That's good, right? Double hook, good. Single hook, they can often close it off. So we're going for this double hook. And we might even get a little open rook here if takes. And if they move the knight, we're coming in like that. And it looks spicy. So now we can jump the knight in without fear of them trading. And honestly, just getting the knight there looks juicy, but they are covering it. Probably covering that square twice when knight retreats. Yeah. Yeah, so this van is a Fiat Ducato I'm looking at now, guys. It's from like the 80s. Gonna be a retro camper. Full of like chess pieces and stuff. We're gonna... Yeah, it's going to be good. So I'm going to be playing chess on my laptop in the van with a Wi-Fi hotspot all around Europe. Keep putting out the videos. And I might bring a little travel chessboard as well. So I can maybe meet people and play chess. Play some street chess and stuff. That'd be sick. So this guy is my subscriber. He's thinking what to do with this knight. A little slideroo backwards, probably. I don't know what else he's thinking about. Maybe here, maybe. Sort of. It gets a piece in front of the king. Wow, he's actually just giving up the knight. Out of fear. Okay, he wants a queen trade, but we're already up material, so that would just be good for me. I don't want a queen trade, but I probably should. You know, I'm up material. Let's do it. And then this, we encourage more trades. Wash. Okay. This guy's not... He's not blundered a piece yet, but he fully decided to give up the knight because he didn't like the idea of me taking, and I probably was just winning there if I did take. But equally, you know, taking the knight is also winning. So, yeah. This guy made the mistake in not recognizing that opposite side castling, you've got to go at them. It's the first person to break into the opponent's position wins. And it's just as simple as that most of the time. So here, where does their knight go? I'm just trying to restrict their knight at this point. Whenever you see like a gorgeous open knight, their most developed piece in the middle of the board, looking happy, try and restrict it. If this looks good, yeah. And then, could we take this pawn in the future? Like if we bring a rook, we could pin this pawn here, and then maybe have a threat on this guy. See if he notices this tactic coming. So now I'm a bit happier about this knight. See, it can't jump here. It's got no forward move, so I've successfully restricted the knight. So now I'm going to move on to my next little operation, trying to nick this pawn. And actually, if I do nick this pawn, honestly, I might sack the bishop for this check. King here to defend the knight, and then our rooks are just going to come in. This light square bishop is not very active. I don't really like that about my position, but everything else looks okay. My rooks are pretty good. So that's quite a good move. I think that like looks to activate his knight. But it still doesn't have any like great moves, so I'm okay with doing that little trade. Because now, I did that for the sake of tempo, because now I get to do this. But then they win this pawn, so maybe I go here first. Or this, pinning. Yeah. Looks uncomfortable. Pinning the knight to the rook, but there's also going to be, if they defend, there's going to be this counter pin. Or sort of counter revealed attack on the pinned piece. So it's going to be skewered here and then... Yeah. They step out the pin, but we can just trade now. Yeah. If this, wherever they move will be check. I'm just going to take it just for simplicity, guys. I didn't like the look of that. And if here, they can maybe double the rooks. Okay. I'm a little bit scared of these. These rooks are looking quite naughty now. Oh, and they don't play it. Oh, I think they had to double them rooks. So I can get this now. This pawn is still pinned by the rook. But honestly, well, if they do double the rooks, I can go for this. So I think I've got time to nab this pawn. Although, no, if I go for that, though, they could take this because the rook would no longer be pinning. He wanted a take back. So I've given him a take back. And you should know, Chrisic21. I don't give take backs to many people, so subscribers only. So if this, nah, I think we just retreat the bishop, and then we try and trade the rooks. Yeah, I take backs. I mean, it's like the whole point of chess. You make a bad move and you suffer for it, really, isn't it? Oh, that's no. You've got to double the rook. Start attacking. This rook is not doing that much. So now we're going to try trade these rooks. The king can't come here or here. Bishop covers this square. So therefore, this rook isn't really doing much on the h-file, so I'm going to swing it over. 14 minutes left on this motorhome I'm looking at. Oh, guys. I'm going to be buzzing if I get an actual van. Right. So we're up 3 points material, feeling pretty happy. And yeah, I still need to do that video as well, guys. The 1000 celebration. I'm going to do some shots and stuff. Yeah, I've been putting it off because there's not really been a day where I've fancied doing a lot of shots. You know, been quite busy doing stuff. I'll do it on a night before bed, I think. So if this is protecting the pawn, maybe double the rooks like this. Like that. And they're pushing this pawn. So if here, I try to open up the bishop, but they can just take. And I get an isolated pawn after recapture. If this, though, that looks cheeky. If they take it, I get my... rook in with check. Sorry if you could hear that, guys. Someone just called me. Alright. So, rook in with check. We'd be pressuring this pawn. We want to get one of these rooks traded. I do... Oh, if this, though... Nah, let's just trade and open up the position. Because I think if we push, they just lodge the king in here and it's just awkward. So let's open things up. And maybe we can come here. But then they come here with check. So maybe we start centralizing the king. Or that. This. Go after this pawn. Like, obviously, rook there first to pin this pawn. Then that. Add pressure to the pin piece with a bishop, something like that. So let's get the king off this nasty file or rank here. This nasty 7th rank, because this rook was always threatening to come in with check. And now maybe we can push this. Then we'd lose this pawn at the end. This guy's actually been really annoying. We do this. Maybe go after similar idea, attacking the pinned pawn here. Takes. But they'd win a bishop at the end, so that wouldn't even work. But this, yes, then we can try and reconnect the rooks. That looks good. This. Check. Here we're coming in. Yeah, we're so close, guys. It's just guys defending pretty alright actually. We got this check or this. This is more like to try and reconnect the rooks, but I think they're gonna go here. And then this doesn't do much, does it? What if this check and then they have to go back? It's pretty much ladder mate, isn't it? So if here they get laddered, I think they have to block at this point, but then, yeah, if here or here, they get laddered. So they have to block, but then it gives me this tactic check, winning the rook for free. With these rooks, X-ray defending each other. Bosh. And that cleans things up, guys. Taking down a 1200 subscriber. Thank you for the game, mate. Well played, actually, to be fair. Like, he said he was a big blunderer, and I didn't see anything, like, massive, you know? So take this, try and trade the rooks. And then, how do we mate him? We ladder somehow? This looks nice. Going after this pawn with check. Adding more pressure. We take, this rook is pinned as well, so it forces a trade of the rooks. Pretty much pre-move that. Hope you're all well, guys. Hope you're all having a lovely weekend wherever you are. Is it hot in your country? How are you enjoying? I guess it's not summer everywhere in the world, but yeah, it's summer in like Europe. How are you enjoying summer or whatever season it is? This to bring the king up. And do we get a little resign? Nice. Well played, mate. Hope that was instructive, guys. So this guy played really well. 1200, solid player. I think the key thing from that video was just opposite side castling. You've got to get attacking your opponent's king side. So cheers, guys. Like and subscribe, and see you next time.